What's going on, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to Olsen Auto. Now, in a previous video, I went ahead and me and my friend Jack peeled the plasti dip off of my Accord wheels. Been rocking them silver for a little while, but I'm not too big of a fan of the silver. So in this video, we're gonna take the Prelude. So we're gonna get a cold start finally. Gonna take the Prelude. We're going to go grab some aircraft paint remover. Apparently that stuff works amazing and shouldn't damage the tires at all. So we're gonna grab some of that. I'm gonna spray it on. I'm gonna take the wheels off. Spray it on, hope that it removes any remaining paint. I'm also gonna grab some more paint while I'm out because I don't have enough. You guys will see the color. It shouldn't surprise anyone. I'm going back to gloss white. I loved the gloss white, except for this time we're not doing plasti dip, so it should be like extra glossy, and then I'm gonna put a nice clear coat over it. It should be easier to clean, easier to keep clean. So now that I'm back home, we got to put the Accord up on blocks. To put it up on blocks, I have to drive it on blocks. It's kind of low. Here's a cold start. I'm not going to say the brand of exhaust because I'm not happy with them. No muffler though. So that is how the car currently sounds. Now, I don't know what I want to do for the exhaust yet. I definitely like how it is loud. It pops like crazy, so got to do a little investigating and see what I want, but I kind of like that. So I went ahead, I sprayed down the first wheel. I'm just going to do one wheel to test it, because like if it eats away the rim or the wheel or like the tire, then obviously we don't want that. But it doesn't even look like I got that much of it on the tire because of the way the can sprays. So that's cool. It came out this really weird yellow color. Definitely interesting. I've never used this stuff before, but that's what everyone swears by, so that's what we're gonna try. Gonna let this sit for like 30 minutes and see what it does. Alright, so it has been about 35 minutes. I went in and made some lunch. Shocker, I really like eating. We're gonna grab a rag. We're gonna go ahead, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna try to wipe that paint off. Theoretically, if the stuff works as good as they say it does, the paint will just like wipe right off like butter, which is gonna be sick. This stuff, I will let you know very soon if I recommend it. Let's go for the worst wheel. Let me grab a paint scraper because I think I'm gonna have better luck with that, just like a plastic scraper. Got this little plastic scraper here, gonna try to get under it because I did layer the crap out of that plasti dip. So let's see how it works. In case you're wondering, this stuff doesn't work on plasti dip. It destroys the wheel, and I will never be plasti dipping wheels again. So in relation to that video where I talked about should you plasti dip your wheels, a firm no. A solid, without a doubt, firm no. Never ever plasti dip your wheels. This is terrible. In true Olsen Auto fashion, halfway through finishing taping up the wheels for paint, it started raining. Now I'm not sure how long the rain's gonna last. Obviously not exactly the best weather for painting. These wheels are being a total pain to prep. We've been almost here for 2 hours just trying to prep these wheels. So never ever plasti dip your wheels and never ever use aircraft paint remover on your wheels. Two very bad things, and I happen to do both. So I guess I'll just keep taping in the rain, and hopefully by the time I'm done, the rain is done as well. Now, it was an absolute pain to prep these two wheels, but I did just start painting them officially. Hopefully it doesn't rain again. It almost kind of looks like it might, but there's a little bit of blue sky, so I'm really hoping I don't have to do this again. But this is the first light mist coat. As you can see, we're going back to the gloss white. I missed the gloss white so much on these wheels. So doing one light mist coat, gonna let it sit for like 5 minutes, which is 5 times the recommended sit time between coats. It says 1 minute between coats. I'm using the Color Max on these wheels. I'm hoping I can get away with 3 to 4 coats. I want it to be thick and durable so that I can actually scrub away and not have to worry about going to a car wash and scrubbing lightly. I want it to be a nice, thick, durable coat. So that's what I'm gonna do for these. It looks like it's sitting pretty well, which I'm super stoked for. I didn't want this to be like when I plasti dip them and I improperly prep them. I made sure I used the blue shop rags that like everyone has, and then I used rubbing alcohol, did the entire wheel surface, and then I went down with a dry rag to make sure it was clean. No residual on the rag after I wiped it down with the dry rag, so obviously there's nothing on the wheel. And it looks like it's going to work pretty well. I'm going to let this layer sit, and the reason I do this and I do one super light coat is because once this tacks up and dries, it's stuck to the wheel. And then from there, I'm kind of just hoping that the other paint that I put on sticks to the paint and the wheel. So like the paint stuck to the wheel, and then we're hoping that the paint sticks to the paint so that it's all stuck together. So I did a total of 5 coats on each wheel, which actually ended up only being 1 can of paint in total, which is awesome. Granted, towards the end, it was like the last little drop of the can, but check this out. So that is the exact same white that I actually did the XL250R frame. Now, I actually love how it's coming out. It's drying and it's still remaining pretty glossy, just like it did on the frame. Debating if I want to do a clear coat, probably not, just because it adds an extra layer of complexity that I could mess up. And if I'm happy with how it is now, then I'm happy with how it is now. The reason I'm painting it instead of plasti dipping again, besides the fact that plasti dip sucks, is because it's very hard to clean, and I'm hoping that the paint will be easier to clean. And that I'll be able to, instead of scrub violently and take off half the plasti dip, scrub violently and have none of the paint get removed. Pretty confident it'll work out well as long as I treat these wheels nice, clean them once a week. I think I should be fine. Should be all set there. Gonna let these dry, and later in this video, right after this, because I'm gonna use today and tomorrow to film one video, we're gonna take off the other 2 wheels. We're gonna put these 2 on, and then we're going to paint the other 2, prep them, paint them. So hopefully by the end of this video, you guys will see the car completely finished. And I'll go in a bit more in depth with the next 2 wheels on how to use these cans, just because I wanted to make sure I was used to it and I wasn't gonna mess up. So in the next couple seconds, you will see the other 2 wheels off, and I'm gonna show you guys like the best tricks for painting with the Krylon Color Max or the Krylon Fusion. Day 2 of the wheel painting adventure. Ready to paint the barrels of the other 2. I should probably point the camera away from the sun. Ready to point the barrels of the first 2 wheels. Gonna do that really quick, clean them out with alcohol, and then we're gonna go ahead, we're going to put them on, bolt them up, jack up this side of the car, and repeat the process. By the end of this video, the car will be done with 4 painted wheels, and I'm super excited, but let's stop talking, let's just get to work. Alright, so I painted the inside barrel. I did 3 coats. I didn't want to go too heavy. I'm gonna call that pretty good. I just wanted to make sure it looked white, because like if you guys go check over here, you can actually see inside the barrel of the car, and I don't want it to look half painted, so I decided to paint the inside as well. It's gonna look a little bit better, a little bit more finished. Gonna give these about 15 minutes to set and tack up a little bit, and then we'll throw these wheels on, drop the car, peel the tape off first obviously, and then jack up the other side, put the other 2 wheels on, and repeat the process. I'm going to show you guys a little bit more in depth of how I paint with these cans, just because there's a little trick to it, and if you go too close or too far or too much or too little, it doesn't work out too well. So I'm going to show you guys that in just a second. So I finished up painting the inside barrel. Now I'm going to tease you guys a little bit. I do have both of the wheels mounted, not on this side of course. I have to back the car up, pull it forward so I can jack up this side onto some blocks. Kind of an annoying process. Once I get a low profile jack, we'll be all set, so hopefully Santa gets me one. But anyway, yeah, we got to do that. So let's go ahead, let's get a cold start on the no muffler Accord. Alright, so I got both wheels off. Now it's time to clean them, prep them, and then paint them. As far as cleaning and prepping, I just want to make sure I remove as much plasti dip as possible. All of the plasti dip would be ideal. Once we have enough or all of the plasti dip off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some rubbing alcohol, and I'm going to wipe down the entire wheel, and then I'm going to tape off the edge of the rim so that it doesn't get on the tires, and obviously tape off the entire sidewall of the tire. I'll show you guys what I use for alcohol and tape in just 1 second. For cleaning your wheels before you paint them, what I recommend is some 91% isopropyl alcohol. The stronger stuff you can find, the better. Sometimes you can find 93%, but this is what I recommend, and I just use these blue shop rags. Obviously gonna pick the cleaner side. Just douse this, And then basically just wipe down the whole surface of the wheel until you're satisfied that you wiped it all down with the alcohol. And then you're gonna grab another dry rag and you're actually just gonna dry everything off and make sure it's all dry and not too cold either, because the alcohol can make things pretty cold. Now right here I have automotive performance masking tape. Nice thick stuff. What you're gonna do now, you're just gonna stick it in the edge of the wheel, like right here. Make sure it's all flat, and then flatten it over the tire, press it in. You can use a credit card or just your fingers. And you're gonna do that around the whole wheel, and then you're gonna double it up on the extra sidewall so that you don't have any of the sidewall covered, like I have on that wheel over there. So using the Krylon Color Max, you wanna stay about 6 inches away from the wheel, 6 to 12 inches. And for your first coat, you want to go super, super light, and you also want to make sure you shake the crap out of the can. Basically, you're just going to do that for the whole wheel, so this is how you're going to do it. And that's all you're going to do for your first coat. Again, super, super light. And then the second one, you can go heavier and then heavier with the third. You don't want to go too heavy that it runs, but you want to go heavy enough that it actually, you know, doesn't have any color showing through from the original wheel. So that's what you're going to do. Repeat on the other wheel. This is what we're looking like after the second coat. As you can see, a lot thicker. Still some areas that need to be patched. That little area needs to be fixed, and this whole wheel is definitely on the brink of destruction, but I'm gonna keep working towards saving that wheel. And in the meantime, I'm just making TikToks in my prelude because I'm an idiot. If you guys haven't followed my TikTok, it's just Olsen Auto. Check it out. Anywho, finishing these up, doing about a couple minutes, 2 to 3 minutes in between coats. If it's warm out, you can do 1 minute in between coats, but it is anything but warm out, so giving it a little bit of extra time to make sure it tacks up in between coats. Hoping I don't lose this wheel. I should be able to save it though. If I can save what happened to the intake manifold, then I can save this. You know, I've never wanted to die more than right now in this moment, and let me show you guys why. So I stopped for lunch like 20 minutes ago, just ate. One little thing, if you watched my video about what I hate about the Prelude, is there are no cup holders. You could probably guess where I'm going with this. I got my Oreo shake like I always do because I'm a fat pig. Why does this happen to me? Like, that's a $4 shake. And of course some got on my carpet too. What did I do to deserve this? Now I know what you're thinking, Nick, why is there white paint? Oh yeah, so I ran out of masking tape, so I had to reuse some of the old stuff from the other wheels. Minus the fact that that's pretty sketchy. I'm gonna go ahead and clean out the inside of the barrels using the same method as before with the alcohol. Dry it and then paint it up because I want the inside to look good, because it looks really good on this set, and I'm gonna do a whole reveal thing soon. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so I have the inner barrel of the wheels. I'm on my third coat. Let me know what you guys think. This is totally random and off topic. Comment down below right now for those of you who are still watching. What do you think I should go with, a wider angle, or I can't go wider? Do you think I should zoom in a bit? I think this angle might be a bit too wide. The camera's maybe a foot and a half from my face. So do you guys want to see a different angle? Let me know. Comment down below. Anyway, so the inside barrel of the wheel is almost done. I'm going to lay down one more coat after this, finish off this can. Then I'm going to let it sit for about an hour. And then after that, we're going to pop the wheels on. I'm going to give the car a quick wash, and we're going to do the official reveal. It's about to look super, super good. This is what we're looking at for the inside barrel of the wheel. It's not too bad, not going for the prettiest finish, just making it look a bit complete. So I just put down my last coat on the inside of the wheels, and I'm also doing a special little touch that you guys will see in the reveal in just a second.
Again on the track.
If you guys like this video and you want to see more content like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. I upload Monday through Friday, all at 3 p.m. Eastern. If you guys liked how the wheels came out and you want a full, more in-depth tutorial on painting wheels properly, comment down below and let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button, but I'll see you guys in the next one.